welcome to your solar return report. Thank you very much for your patience. And yeah, most definitely looking forward to interpreting this with ya. Let me add some points here. All right. So, okay, I remember you mentioned Lilith here. All right, yo. So, yeah, happy birthday, first of all. Happy solar return. Um, 8 degrees is actually 8 degrees north node is actually my north node. It just went 9 degrees, but yeah, man, that's my destiny point. So yeah, it's actually been an honor to serve throughout the years. It's quite literally my destiny, and I think it's also cool that looks like we are having this new moon today. All right, yeah, I definitely will do the ceremony tomorrow. Um, but yeah, we finally made it. I think this is quite an extraordinary solar return, literally on the eve of the new moon, which is quite possibly one of the most important new moons that we're gonna have this year. So I look forward to breaking that down. Um, I think if we do look at your chart, I will make sure to reference that. Um, we will see that, yep, you do have your rising in Aries. Ah, and you got the 29-degree aqua. I remember. So you were born on the full moon, golden celestial. All right. So just as a recap, it is kind of significant. Your rising is 28 degrees progressed Taurus, where Uranus is going to be. Um, and then you do have your rising in Aries, where the North Node has unlocked that. So the reason why I wanted that for reference is you were born Aries rising, you have the Libra rising. So this is definitely going to harvest, flip on its head, uh, how you embody your personality this year from having, from being born with the original personal, authenticity of the Aries rising to now adopting the social personality that is going to take this 11th house falling in the 10th aqua and now flip it in the fifth. So this is a lot more performative. This year is a lot about how you take all the original attributes of how you carry yourself and then perform this, more artistically. You are effectively the artist this year. And would you look at that? The North Node is in Pisces, which is wicked. That is actually legitimately insane to see the North Node, Neptune, Venus, and Saturn in the sixth house, which we have to remember is in your 12th house right now. So this is going to be really dope because we could do the best of both worlds where I will be constantly referencing what's happening in the solar return and how that's going to play out in your natal chart. Let's not forget your progressed sun is 9 degrees Pisces. Your progressed Saturn is in Pisces. And your progressed Venus is in Pisces. So this eclipse that we're coming into next month and end of February is highly significant. Just to be clear, this is going to unlock everything you could have ever believed about yourself. And it's actually really badass because the last time Saturn was here was right after you were born, right? Right before you were born, right before Saturn went into Pisces. So, yeah, this is, of course, going to release unconscious habits and beliefs so that you can unlock the integrative healing techniques with Chiron and Virgo that will really change the way you not only integrate healing in your work and lifestyle, but actively heal other people too. Okay. Very significant. This new moon that's going to be had near the 11th is going to activate a 20-year cycle that's going to awaken the quality of friendships that belong around you with this, authority. That's why I'm really glad you mentioned, wanting to get more into your artistic talents and produce more. This year will definitely provide, I think, great opportunity to delve into that as you open up the time for that, and any kind of time you take to invest in that is going to be more than worth it. um and even seeing the online certificate programs, you know, you focusing on your own business ventures is definitely the move. Another reason why that's significant is your progressed MC of business and career is 4 degrees aqua. So this is slowly but surely going to be awakened. One, it's going to be activated with this new moon. And then, over the next year, Pluto will reach that 4 degrees. So this is a very lucrative period that's quite literally awakening autonomy in your legacy. So not only can you continue to be an authority here, you're going to, of course, pass these programs, but focusing on your own business ventures is really the most important thing for you right now. And that's going to involve, of course, working full time. Like you said, it's perfect for you right now. That's the sixth house perfection of Virgo. So you will not be stuck there. You'll only be stuck there if you're not working on the other stuff you have going for you. But you definitely want to embrace that right now. That's really good for you right now. And the time, I think, even this year, you will have that window to where you can make the decision to now, work part time and focus on your other ventures, or to just keep working full time until the other ventures take off, which it's no rush. You could take your time. We even want to say now, from March to September, your 12th house of beliefs to your sixth house of work. This is going to change all of everything you believe you could be successful through and how you work, so that by the time you're aware in your sixth house of work, the way will open forward for you. And look at the solar return. That's actually going from sixth to 12th house, because the solar return gift for you this year is unlocking your dream life, the life that you have quite literally dreamed of. So when you get this recording that I'm going to send on WeTransfer, peep this ultimate manifestation playlist. I promise you, practicing this is going to give you results so fast, you're going to literally be flabbergasted. I just like saying the word flabbergasted, but still, regardless, I would highly recommend watching the first two videos, at least just the first two, and immediately start practicing that. You will see, oh, beautiful. You will see instant results, and I think it's going to be I think it's going to be very positive for you. Um, so with that being said, you know what I mean? The gift of the solar return is awakening new creativity. It's transcending this more powerful understanding of what you want to awaken relative to your own creative talents. All right. And I like that Mars ended up actually being exactly opposite with this T square to Chiron, because healing the authenticity around your own character and how that affects relationships with others is going to be a very powerful theme moving forward, which is a fancy way of saying you're going to trigger the crap out of other people. And you very well may trigger or be triggered by other people. Hopefully not in ways that inspire violence, but if you do have to smack someone upside the head, as long as it was in the name of justice, karma will be on your side, because it just be like that. But, all jokes aside, you will be healing other people very powerfully. And by that, I mean triggering them, like at a very core level, that may have them hate you a little bit, but nothing you're not already used to. Especially with Pluto, that's like near the sun. This can really, you and Leo, Aquarius and Leo y'all are gonna have to go through that dynamic of, being aware of how dark and impure certain people project their negativity at you. Um, in the case where they're not evil, uh, then this is actually beautiful. It will open up deeper intimacy that you can actually develop the inner children of other people, because you're going to be awakening people all year. And awakening people could be as simple as just having a small talk conversation about the weather, and certain words you said triggered a person's thought process that led them down the right direction, or you were directly awakening. Like, congratulations. Like, this is the first year out of 20 years Aquarians are going to continue to awaken. I've already seen it with one of my Aquarian friends. Um, and, she has 29-degree aqua sun. You have the 8 degree. So you're going to be one of the first to really step through this. And you deserve it all, my friend. You really out here. So the fifth house here is really geared towards what you want to expand creatively, especially as a Libra rising, and being born with the Aries rising. It's going to take these creative talents and it's going to really set you up to be in the spaces where you belong expressing them, so that you gain that support, which will require coming out your comfort zone. And that's what this moon in Capricorn will represent. The organization you feel is necessary to not hold you back, but still give you a proper foundation that you'll feel. It's just, but being during the balsamic phase, it's going to require a lot of faith, because there are going to be certain emotions or certain responses to situations that can have you fall back on comfort. And when the aqua energy pushes you towards developing your creativity, that's where you want to challenge that. But the comfort zone here is really just to provide, organization. For example, like, staying at this full-time job, right? Even Mars, that is on the MC, is going to be characterized by you accomplishing a lot of victory through aligning this organization with the actions you feel you should take. Of course, it's going to go direct, it's going to go into Leo, and then it's eventually going to make it past Virgo and Libra, and push forward accordingly. But I think the most significant facet of this is going to be, of course, yeah, this eclipse, so Aquarius season, we're gonna step into the new moon today and tomorrow, and then have the full moon in Leo. And this is going to really, now in terms of the Saturn return, to give you once again context, 2017 is one of the solar returns that I remember vividly, right? 2017 was where I had my solar return in the 10th house in Gemini. And what happened for me? My career, 10th house, changed forever. I never had to work. This is when I became Magic Mike, right? For you, yours is in the 5th house with Pluto. So it's strengthening. The gift for you is establishing not only stronger creativity and transcending the method and nature with which you establish your creative talents, but with Pluto, you're awakening a whole new era of this. So it really does open you up to not only, keep an open mind, especially with the moon that will be trining Uranus. So this is going to be helping you understand how to multiply and innovate your income and what resources to invest in. And where is Uranus, my friend? Your 2nd house. Like, this is why this is so very important. Jupiter is going through your progressed 1st, 2nd house. So you're also going through a brand new cycle. Like, you're reviving yourself. As Uranus will go through the progressed, it would be worth it to get a progressed reading just so we can look more into that, but no rush. Regardless, Uranus is in your natal 2nd house. That's money, my friend. That's money, my friend. And this is, I know, and this is going to be very invested unconventionally. Very, so it's really significant, because by the time we reach Cancer season in July, and Jupiter is in Cancer, that's what's going to prepare the stage for everything that is necessary to occur so that all these pillars get activated. And by the time we're here, you're way much more aware of what you want to do with these open business ventures, how you want to shift, working that full time. As you can see, this is where the sun will be opposite Pluto at this stage. Once the sun is at 11, 8 degrees Leo, you have begun harvesting your solar return. So that means from now through Pisces, Aries, and Taurus, you will be activating. By the time we get to 8 degrees Taurus, you've begun the integration process. And then Gemini, Cancer, boom, we've begun harvesting. You're going to harvest through Virgo, you're going to harvest through Libra, and then boom, 8 degrees Scorpio, you will complete that harvest. By 8 degrees Sag, you'll be seeing the rewards you are receiving. We're going to review 8 degrees Cap, and then boom, next solar return. So we know that over the next 6 months is the setup for this. And look at that. Mercury is also going to reach this just like it started here. So you're going to have a very unique processing of information. Your brain is going to really be wrapped around your awareness, so that you are on page of actually being able to process what this experience is like. And the best way I can look at this is the solar return is like you writing a new book that you're pouring your heart into. And it's like this very unique new age type of book. I don't even want to say new age, but it's definitely unprecedented, right? The harvest of this in the 11th house on stage in Leo is going to be you taking this new book and you're going to be reading it to your book club. You're going to be reading it on stage by heart. So by the time we get to this Cancer and Taurus, this is the process of you memorizing these lyrics, the words of the book. And so by the time we get to Leo, you're performing it by heart. Even if you are reading it off the book, you're performing it with heart and with passion. And that's going to be the harvest of that. So that by the time we complete the harvest in the second house of money, that completion is going to be all the people who bought this book because they seen you read it. And it's like, whoa, this is lit. I need to get a copy. Beautiful. So I like that analogy. And yeah, this first part of this solar return is going to be activation, so we can activate the themes. Activation for you is going to involve, of course, establishing the knowledge of what you want to create. So this is where you just want to allow yourself to be inspired. It'll be good to look back on this date, like in November, to see how what you've wished for has effectively come true. But this is what's going to stimulate this new cycle of already guiding you towards what you know you want to begin creating. And remember, all of this is your career house. It's your 11th house in MC. So you're going to be aware of this around relative to your creative talents. What about it do you what success do you want from them? What do you know your legacy is meant to be through this? Who are you meant to be around? Because we're next going to activate Pisces, where now the knowledge of how creative you want to establish these talents, you're going to apply directly towards what you imagine and how you imagine you want to integrate this in your day to day. So this is going to really provide the knowledge of what you want to create. And then this is you filling in that knowledge with color. This is you actually applying how creatively you imagine you want your lifestyle to be and incorporating these talents. And I think this is the most important part of your solar return and the year, because it's going to be the most magical eclipse we have ever had in human history, which is an insane claim for me to make. But I stand on that. 10 toes down. It's going down. Okay. Yeah. And for it to be so fixed in your sixth house with Venus is going to really polish how smooth and beautiful that this could look. This is where you definitely want to practice the law of assumption. You definitely want to check out that law of assumption or ultimate manifestation playlist if you're not already practicing it with E Squared by Pam Grout. This is where you want to be fully delusional fully, totally delusional. I want you to believe that you are living your dream life, that you don't even need to work a job because you're investing it in all your creative ventures and you're making all the money you could have ever wanted. You, in fact, maybe you don't even need money because you're that rich. Like, you need to go insanely delulu. Aquarius season is going to be the detached objectiveness to really be like, okay, what is it that we want? All right, boom, Pisces, we're imagining we have it. And even if you don't, right, this is still going to totally shape your behavior moving forward. It's designed to unlock the work since March 2023 of maintaining integrity over what you're meant to release. It was meant to unlock and release unconscious habits that hold you back. So this 12th house could really feel like you're lost and you don't know where you're going, but it's actually clearing up the way for so much success for you, so that this, once Saturn and Neptune start to go through your rising, you become an authority figure and success story. But like, yeah, this is going to be experienced this year by you quite literally changing your entire life. And this is where, with the eclipse, forces beyond your control are going to challenge you to maintain these beliefs so that you can go towards literally the lifestyle sixth house of your dreams, Pisces. And of course, this is going to drag from March to September. By the time we're in September, which is a month after you begin to harvest this, you will be now analyzing exactly how your life has changed, which will be your actual sixth house. Then we'll have the final eclipse at the end or beginning of Pisces, and then it's gonna go into Aquarius, and then it's really gonna get weird. I mean, it's really gonna. Oh God. All right. So yes, that's the most important part this next month here in Pisces, because that's what's going to begin to shift the perspective, and that's the direction. Now that you're unlocking what you believe you should live, Aries is going to have you move in that direction towards other people, and how you heal any ego vulnerabilities in applying the integration of these behaviors with other people, which will actively heal your personality and use your personality as an instrument to trigger the crap out of other people. Because I don't know why I feel that. I feel like because you don't really take no for an answer when you don't have to, and you're going to put your foot down. This could really trigger people who feel like they should decide where you should take your life or what you want to do. And hopefully you're not around people like that. I don't think it's that serious, but that's just an example. Regardless, this Aqua, Pisces, and Aries is going to activate the cycle appropriately. That's where we're going to go into Taurus. Taurus is now going to start to integrate who you trust with these creative developments, who you invest in, and what kind of wealth you will also begin to activate, which simultaneously will be your second house of wealth that you will be activating. And because your progressed AC is here, it's also going to really innovate as Uranus leaves Taurus, this innovation of the progressed sense of your character, which is important because now everything creative you will be, of course, developing. Jupiter is going to expand the vocabulary around what it is you wrap words around to make greater sense of, to influence the direction you take this in your career. We know that this will be the third house, Gemini, which will also expand your creativity around your language and what group of friends you share this lingo with. All right. And how the lingo in your circle of friends now affects more your communication. But because this is also going to be tied to the second house by June, you're going to be becoming so much more liquid with this full-time job and with personal money that you're making as well, which is what brings us to Cancer, where we will have, of course, Jupiter finally entering Cancer. And that conjunction is going to be in the 10th house here, which late June coming into July will really open up not only this expansion of the power and potency of this legacy for this year, but now could also facilitate a move, especially if you're renovating your inner space. This could really represent now how any evolution of your home space, even if you're working from home, creates the opportunity for you to step more into your legacy. All right. By this stage, we have fully integrated how you feel around this gift that's awakening for you as far as talent and just more supernatural creativity. that changes the game for you. Boom! Now we're in Leo season and you're on stage reading this book by heart. By heart. Okay. Um, and that's what's going to really draw you in the circle of those socially, where now all that work you've done over the past 6 months is leading you to be around an awesome collective that really hangs on your every word and is genuinely supporting you in what you do. As a Leo sun, as an Aqua sun, Leo is going to be your partnership house. So this could also set up partnerships with people who want to help you with this book deal or really even engage with you romantically. And in your chart, this is your fifth house of creativity. So this will also be you now integrating how creatively you can go towards this celestial, this group of celestials like yourself that will you'll be performing to, whether in work, whether in social spaces, however that looks for you. Boom. Then we're going to go into Virgo, which is going to release and transcend, right, unconscious habits that no longer align with every way you believed you can live your life in Pisces. If you've been mad delusional and really been believing that you can live the life of your dreams, which is not delusional, by the way, that's actually the most normal, that's actually the most sane thing you can do. But we have this way of tricking ourselves to believe that we're being delusional because we can't see, hear, touch, taste, and feel it, because we for some reason believe that that means something is real to us. It's actually a dramatic irony and comedy. But yes, this is going to now analyze by Virgo season how you are releasing unconscious habits because you've spent 6 months imagineering the life of your dreams. So you're going to now analyze how specifically you've made that happen, how your life has changed. That's why the eclipse in Virgo is going to be one of the most important of the year. And of course, for you, that's going to be your sixth house that you will unlock this healing with, while of course releasing these unconscious beliefs, right, relative to your natal chart. But by this period, Saturn will be retrograding back into Pisces, preparing for next year where we really begin this new era. Okay. So yeah, by the time we come back to Libra, now we're applying. This is where you're going to feel like it's your first chapter coming into October, really embodying this artist, where I feel like by this point, you're much more clear, if not before, on what creative ventures you want to move forward with, how much more autonomy you have over your business ventures, what persona you want as an artist, which of course you'll be expressing directly towards other people. And then boom, we've completed the cycle in Scorpio, where now you're coming into returns on investments relative to everything you bet on this book, this fifth house creativity, which of course I'm using as an analogy. So yeah, my friend, Devin Sag is going to show you the rewards, which is going to really, show you the completion of how your attitude has adjusted and the philosophy around your attitude, seeing the higher meaning of what you've accomplished. That's going to resituate your steps with Capricorn, and then boom, we're done with that solar return. So I hope you enjoyed this report. Definitely looking forward to your feedback. This looks like it's going to be quite literally one for the books. And yeah, until next time, peace.